So basically, what I was trying to read is about the stupid fucking Lavender Town thing, the new fucking controversy on Tumblr or whatever, that apparently, she was basically doing, sum it all up, the YouTuber Lavender Town did a whole thing where, oh, gross horror men as, like, attractive guys. One of them was fucking Jason, and she was basically acting, and you know what? She was acting like the kids who bullied Jason, and then, while the camp counselors were fucking not paying attention because they're incompetency, yeah, then decided, you know what? Let's just fucking push him. Yeah, she's acting like those guys. Yeah, and yeah. This is the first time she had incompetency and whatever. She just doesn't care. So yeah, she's basically an ableist bitch no one fucking talks about. I'm probably gonna make a whole video on my main channel ranting about how she was fucking ableist and nobody did jack shit. I mean, somebody will be like, oh, you don't even know. I know, I'm a fucking horror fan, and let me tell you, what she's fucking doing is fucking pissing me off and the rest of the fucking horror fans. My mom put it clearly. Like, we like Jason. Nobody messes with him. Nobody fucking messes with the fucking character. If you do, you're probably gonna get your ass handed to you. And that's what should happen. Anyway, topic number 2. Yep. I have a third thing that just says just wing it. No, it's just wing it. So, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Let's see. I'm gonna do a thing where I look at the, beware tag on the, LGBTQ plus article thing, and we're gonna see it. And this is a, someone made a flag about it too. I'll probably, link in the description, but, basically, so we're gonna be looking at, like, just some of them, or, like, just talking about, like, just some of them and being like, what the fuck is this, whatever. Sorry if I swear, but I'm just angry right now. But, so, there's another one called Controversial. We're gonna actually go through that today, because why not? So, this one is, we're gonna go with Nicolosexual. I don't know why, but, actually, we're actually gonna go with, famous example. We're actually gonna take a look at sapiosexual for some reason. I don't know why, I just wanna do that. So, let's get straight to it. And then maybe I can, like, just, then talk about how, like, nobody, like, fucking... But, yeah, like, hope no fucking, like, ignorant bitch just goes in the fucking, responds to my comment, like, oh, you don't know anything, oh, she's not trying to do that, what the fuck? She basically just pissed off, like, over on Tumblr, Lavender Town basically pissed off an entire community of horror fans. I find that really funny, because she basically she unknowingly pissed them all off. And now now I'm going to the comments pissed off too. But anyway, but yeah, so anyway, so we're just gonna take a look at it, I guess. Since why not? Why not? I don't know. It says the last sapiosexual, last controversially known cisexual and or congisexual can be defined as only one experiences sexual attraction to individuals that they may experience mental attraction or an intellectual bond with, inspired by and admire your unique beauty. In this case, the subset of messy asexual, liquisexual, demisexual. That's me. No, wait, I'm actually romantically that. I am demi-romantic. I'm similar to pansexuality. It's rarely defined as finds attraction to intelligence, though it is officially commonly used while not deficient as this is outdated. Centers on preference around orientation. So basically, it's like it may experience like mental attraction. That's cool. But yeah, wonder why I have all these flags. Now I got the little thing. Gender is basically fictional. Like it's basically genders around like fictional things like or media or whatever, and then some other ones you may not know. So cycle through. It basically is just cycling through a lot of flags. That's all. But there's another one that's fucking. That's just why. Sorry if I swear sometimes, but object gender is basically based on objects, but let's just go to the you guys think I should talk about how some think I'm a map? No? Okay. Whatever. Actually, I don't care. Exclusionist Mogai are a pro-Mogai group who, despite being pro-Mogai, have exclusionist LGBTQ beliefs, like anti-M-spec and anti-Hespian or she-gays. So basically, it's like a masculine lesbian that uses he/him because it basically aligns with them being masculine. And she-gays is like a feminine gay, but they align with being like feminine, but the she/her, so use she/her because it aligns with them being feminine. It's like that. And etc. Some pro-Mogai exclusionists towards A-spec identities, but be exclusionist to M-spec. So this is pro-gay A-spec. So basically it's just that, and then pro-M-spec. So what's up is basically it's just that stuff. But basically, I'm gonna look at this one. The two ones I've been seeing a lot. Trans meds! Because fuck them. You know? Trans meds, are non-binary. Yeah. Is an exclusionist who believes the criteria. So basically, they who do not experience any form of gender dysphoria. I experience a little bit, not that much though. Core beliefs. They also some support xenogenders and some don't. But I usually see the ones that don't and just say like, oh, you fucking are mocking us. And it's like, how? I'm trans. And then super straight, y'all know that. Yeah, it's fucking... Yeah, someone's doing that, whatever the fuck. But, yeah. Out of all the things I have been inspired to do, this podcast on. It was actually a Deadwing Dork episode where he was talking about like various podcasts where it was like stupid fucking zoos and shit like that, and I'm like, you know what, I should spread a little bit of positivity to a community that is the beneficial, that would also like tear down these other ones and like make a little like space for us, so that way then. And we're gonna be talking about like just how people, how these podcasts, these like fucking these zoo and map podcasts are like just making, are just, it's just surprising that YouTube doesn't like take them down. But they take like good creators down, so I am wondering, maybe I could just have something where I can also address the fact that that I that I've been that I've that there are these podcasts there, and probably shed some light on the fact that they're wrong, while also creating a space for xenogenders and how we should, and other disabled and queer people like that, and kins or whatever, and just say, hey, you know what? We may be xenogender or whatever, but at least we're not maps or pedos or maps or zoos or whatever the frick. Which map, minor attractive person, basically mean pedophile, but yeah. So I'm gonna take a look at the flags, basically. And one of them is the child lover leaning for boys or whatever. It looks like the arrow ace, but it's a little bit lighter, and that's kind of concerning. And the other one, the man-loving man map pride flag, basically looks like trans gay, and that's kind of like concerning, because I think they might have took the trans gay flag and they used it for their own malicious intent. So that's frightening. But yeah, that's some frightening stuff. So yeah, next thing I have is it literally just says just wing it. So that's what I'm gonna freaking do. And I'm gonna talk to you about like just some like weird stuff or whatever. I'm just gonna be using this time to like talk about my hyperfixations or whatever. Because I'm bored. But yeah. Because I'm bored. So yeah, but basically, so what is going on is like, so, this, I'm just gonna be making a little, like, pride flag or whatever based on, like, that's, like, based on, like, just the overall basis of what I'm going to be, like, having for this. So what's going to happen is, like, where is, like, where is like, what's gonna happen is the fact that, but the fact is that this is like, is the fact that fucking, like, the whole, like, just, like, this is, like, a whole, like, this is a space for, like, everyone, so I'm trying to do it, but basically, I'm trying to search through every single pick crew to find ones that have, like, some sort of, like, xenogender flag on it, so I can make a list, and I will put the list in the description, and so that y'all can be included. I have the, so, pick crew image maker, the title is, wow, it's a pick crew. I will put it in the little doc, but yeah. So basically, this is just, but yeah, but anyway, so, I will be doing a thing where what I was saying, basically, xenogers get a bad rap, and I feel like it's more as, like, a way to get them to just feel better about themselves. Because if you think about it, they're probably just as much like, just as much of kind of getting into, like, dysphoria as you might get. And it's becoming apparent that these people are just like, oh my god, you guys are so transphobic. Like, really? You just don't understand what is, like, what you're saying is kind of offensive to some. But yeah, you just don't know much, do you? Kind of thing. Like, you just don't really care at all. Like, it's kind of a thing that is just so widely hated among some that it's like, dude, you bet you don't know what it is, kind of thing. Like, you don't really, like, it's about, like, how they just don't really know and don't really understand all that much, that some are not really, like, some just don't understand what xenogenders are, so they just see what they hear on the internet and they're like, oh yeah, so that's what they are. And it kind of, like, upsets me because I don't know if you, like, know this, but, 50%, I think, like, a lot of them are either, like, a lot of them are, like, just the, shut the fuck up kind of thing, like, they don't really, like, know what they're saying. No, it's not really the right word to say it, but basically what I had in mind is like a, oh, like almost like a transphobe mentality or something, that it just doesn't, like, they just don't really, like, seem to, like, care for the fact that it's just that what they're doing is like, holy shit, this may offend someone. No. All they think is like, haha, different person who is different than me, weird. And that's enough to, like, they see the bad side and it's like, oh, that's what they are. Like, that's enough to basically, like, sell them. And that's basically enough to sell them. And, you know, it's kind of like, where it's like, oh, then they must be this then, and a lot of, like, heck, even, like, a lot of, like, TERFs or whatever, just go, like, just think that we automatically assume that someone who is blatantly saying that they are a man, say, like, oh, you're man gender, like, no, that's not how it works. If you see us, if we see you and you say you're a trans man, then you're basically a man. We don't do that. We don't do that. We really don't. And you know what? It's like annoying, basically, to see all these people that are like that are just like, oh my god, you're like, so you're this, like, no, that's not how it works. Like, we have standards. We basically say, like, if you say to us that you are a trans man, it means you are a man. It's just so annoying. Their logic is like, that, like, it's like, oh, well, that it's like, oh, so you're this then. Like, no, you really don't know what it is you're saying. Like, that kind of thing. You don't get to, like, say, like, oh, well, no, I'm not gonna download whatever the fuck that was, or whatever, because, but basically, no, what I was saying is, you know, it's like the fucking TERF logic just astounds me, because Like, where do you get that logic from, honestly? Like, what goes wrong inside your head to make you think that we would ever, like, say that you're a xenogender? What goes wrong in that freaking head of yours that go, hey, every xenogender person thinks that you say you're a trans man, it means you're xenogender or whatever. Like, no, it's not. That's not how it works. We have standards. If you say you're a trans man, it means you're a man. We don't have like an immediate thought in our head that you're like some stupid, like a xenogender or whatever. Like, it's not like that. You know, we have, basically what I'm trying to say is that we have standards. And that your standards of us are so low enough that you don't really, like, don't say, hey, maybe they don't do that. No, it's like, all xenogender people are fucking like that. It's just stupid, and it's just, and they don't really understand that, hey, we have standards, but that's just me, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know. I just do whatever. And as I'm looking through to find all of the sort of like inclusive like xenogenders to like picrews to like xenogenders, I find myself looking at more of these, that I find myself thinking about all of these, like, people who just don't have the ability to think that maybe that what they are saying may be too far off from the truth. I'm saying that because the fact that people just don't seem to know that what they are, that it's like this. I found this one comment that, while I was looking through comments of Tyrant Demon's videos because I get bored and I want to do that. Because, again, I am bored. I find myself looking at a comment that says that basically says the gist of all xenogender people, that if you say to someone who is xenogender that you're a trans man, they would automatically say that, oh, so you're a man gender, which is a xenogender. Like, and to that I say, no. We don't do that, we have some common sense. What we say instead is, cool, so you go by he, him, or something like that. Like any normal person would do. But since they have so low expectations of just us as a community, that we have been reduced to nothing but that one, that a gag and a joke and a that one running line joke or whatever. That is where we're at this point, and it's kind of sad because we are more than that. We are more than that. I think we are more than that as a community, and that we are more than that, and that to paint us as these people that don't really, that are basically just a glorified joke, I think that it's wrong. And that you shouldn't really, judge someone based on how they, of course, identify and how they are. So basically, what it ends up being is just painting us as the glorified joke, and therefore, to others that are in the community, thinking that are outside the xenogender community but inside the trans community, that we are nothing but that we're making the trans community hated, when really TERFs, really just transphobes, like it or not, transphobes will hate us, will hate the trans community, and like it or not, and you wanting to be seen as by the cis-hets ends up you being like, oh, well, if I hate on something that they hate, then so you basically think that hating on other trans people will in turn get them noticed by by people, by the cis-hets or whatever, and that is simply not the case. And what ends up happening is just people not understanding the fact that people are going to hate us no matter what. And that is, in fact, the sad truth of life as being queer and as just being just all of this, you don't really understand the fact that that people are going to hate us no matter what. And it's kind of a point where you are just where it's just the fact that it's just the fact that nobody really it's a little bit of a I don't know. As for I am just that one. But anyway, I think that's all I really have to say in regards to that, because there's not really much to talk about recently, and it's just where it's just, I don't know. I don't have much to say in that regard. So, I mean, to all you non-binary, umbrella, trans people, queer, all you xenogenders, neogenders, people that use neo-pronouns, and everyone else under the non-binary umbrella, and also trans people, you are loved, and you are valid, and you are valid, and have a great day.